Hey guys, this is Adrian from Rail RC Reviews, and I am it's my first video in a while. It's been a crappy winter, and I've just, with the holidays and that kind of thing, I just kind of started slacking. But today I'm reviewing the Tamiya Dancing Rider. I forget what the chassis name is, T3-01 or something like that. It's a three-wheel tricycle with a servo up in here that does that when you turn. It's not a fast vehicle, not a race. Well, actually, you could race them. It'd be a nice slow race. I bought it because of the novelty of it. It is so cool looking and so goofy. And once I saw them announce it, I just really had to have it. Some of the Tamiya stuff that I've gotten, it's not, the highest performance stuff, but it's unique and they're fun to build. This one is no different. As far as the build goes, it was kind of a pain in the butt, more so than others, in that the instructions weren't clear, the bags weren't always labeled to tell you which screw, that I'm not a big fan of having to take my caliper out to measure each screw, so I know I'm using the right one. I like to set all my stuff aside and know what I'm using next, but this was some guesswork, and there's some things that just slowed me down. It should have been a much faster build. I know a lot of other guys that built Tamiya stuff probably whipped this out in about an hour or so, but mine took longer. Also, I had to wait for a decent enough day to paint outside. I can't paint inside. So just real quick, let me open this sucker up. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get a good visual on the inside. There's 4 clips and those little roll bar thingies. So this kit comes with, of course, the chassis, the little guy, and the body, and the motor. You have to supply your own receiver, your own battery, and your own ESC. For my ESC, I went with this is an ESC that I pulled out of my my Vatera CHP police car, because I made it brushless. So you can see the size of it. It's not huge, and it actually fit perfectly in there using my Spectrum radio. So there's my receiver there. Servo wise, I'm using a cheap T-Pro $7, I forget what number it's called. It's a standard size servo, but it's Metal Gear. The first one wouldn't center, so I sent it back. They sent me another one. And for batteries, I'm using a Glacier 1000, a 2-cell 1000 milliamp LiPo. This is just what I had, but I also bought 1300 2S LiPo from Gens Ace, and that's what gives you longer runtime. Not that this thing barely sucks any energy. I do prefer the Gens Ace battery. You will have to spend some time just kind of scrunching it in there. Don't buy their battery. They recommend their own. I think it's a Lion pack, and it's like 50 or 60 bucks. These things are like 10 bucks or 9 bucks. So definitely go the LiPo route. What else can I tell you before I show you some driving footage? The steering, like I said, is back here. This is supposed to be if you tip over, it's supposed to pop you back up. I can't get it to do it consistently, so I just slow down on turns. It is so goofy to drive, and it's so fun. My son looked at me like, "Dad, you're crazy." But once he started driving it, even though it's not fast, he was just laughing and driving circles with it and having a good time. But yeah, it's a hoot. Let's see if I can tell you anything else about the build. It's out of plastic. It's all plastic, but it doesn't need to be metal or anything. There's just nothing. You're not going to be going that fast, and there's nothing crazy about it. There's an option to put little LEDs here. They don't come with LEDs. And yeah, let's get this sucker on the road and let me show you what it does. Alright guys, it's windy as crap out here, and I just really want to get this review done so you guys can see this silly little thing in action. So I am going to try to film and drive at the same time. My GoPro, I just sold it. My new version, my Hero 6, gets here tomorrow, so for now I'm stuck with my handheld, and I'm hand holding it. So let's go. This thing's quiet as heck too. That's full throttle. How could you not love that? You're not gonna, break any land speed records with this thing, but you're sure as hell gonna have fun. It's really quiet too. Well, since there's no, can't jump it or anything, and you can't really bash it around, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up pretty quickly because there's not much to see here other than straight up goofy fun. Get a tiny bit of zoom here. Sorry.
Hi.
Well, and there you have it. Love this thing, and I think you will too. Stay tuned for my wrap-up. One more thing to note is if you want a real tight turn, you really just either let up completely on the throttle and you can turn literally like on a dime. But if you are going full speed, this is your turn radius. Which I was afraid that, if you went full throttle and you made a full turn, you would crash. But as you see here, you won't. So don't be afraid. And I have it at full throw. So again, if you want a tight turn, you do that. This would be perfect for setting up a course in your basement or in your little cul-de-sac or something. So anyway, that was just another little addendum to my first little segment there. I'm not going to bother doing a speed test because look at this thing. It's not fast, but it is awesome. So, see you guys on the next segment. Alright, how goofy was that? Yet fun. This is one thing I'm going to keep forever. When I'm not driving it extensively, it's just going to be one of my little display items. It's so cool looking. I might do the LEDs at some point. Actually thinking about doing FPV with this thing too. But for what it costs, I think it's $105 for the kit. Plus, I'm sure you, like I said, you probably have your own ESC laying around, your own receiver. You can get going for probably less than $130. If you like unique vehicles like I do, if you like goofy stuff, this is awesome. It's Tamiya quality, so it's reputable and good quality. Like I said, it's a lot of plastic, but you're not doing anything crazy with it. It's fine for what it is. The price point is great. The final product is awesome. The decals you have to cut out yourself, so be patient with that. Take your time. I didn't use all of them. Let's see. The body is nice and thin, so even a moron well, not a moron, but I'm a moron when it comes to cutting bodies, but this body is nice and thin, so even I could get it straight lines just using my Lexan scissors. I used Tamiya paints for his body and Duratrax paint for the body of the vehicle. But yeah, man, ladies, gentlemen, this is a fun as heck vehicle. I'd recommend it any day of the week, just like I did with the Euro truck that I reviewed from Tamiya. Go out and get one. Get two. Race with your friends. It's so goofy. You'll be chuckling the whole time you're driving. So, that said, see you guys later. Stay tuned. Subscribe. All that stuff. And don't send me money or ask how you can. Not that anybody does. But I don't do this Patreon crap. Keep your money. Buy your own stuff. Have a good time with it. And heck, if you really want a review on something you've bought, submit it. I'll post it on my site. So, that said, take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Take care.